Hello again, Cons here. Last time I made a macro for this pollen exploit, it was patched out the next day. Now in my defense, I did already know that it was scheduled for the patch, they announced that beforehand, but you know, I'm in it for the thrill of the hunt, not the pollen so much. Anyway, as you probably know by now, I got the method working again, and I even got the rates back to pre-patch levels pretty much. It's been a while since that, but I finally wrote and polished up a new macro for use after the patch. You're seeing it run now. I'm not touching the game at all. It works using auto hotkey, which I have covered before on the channel. If there's any confusion for that, then let me know and I can try and clarify, but it's pretty simple. You run the macro, you press control on the one key and you let it do its thing. It is built to take back control after long pauses, so you can do stuff during like load times or the 7-minute idle timer, and the macro will refocus MHWilds window before doing whatever the next step is. There are a few things to keep in mind. The macro is built for my computer. My monitor is 1440p, so any clicking that the macro does will need to have the coordinates changed. Also, things like the number of camps that I've unlocked will change the rebuilding of the camp as it tries to navigate those menus, so you'll need to tinker with that stuff. The macro code itself should be fairly easy to modify as is, but if you need help with anything specific, then feel free to let me know. The only option that I think needs changing is the one that remembers what you clicked last in the pause menu. Turn that off, although I haven't tested it, so maybe it works either way. I was considering doing one final macro with all of my improvements to the method and, you know, removing anything that needs modifying on the user's end, maybe adding some sort of auto trading features to it. But to be honest, the number of people interested in macros seems, you know, understandably low. And the people who are interested are probably little gremlins like me who don't mind tinkering with code and stuff. I don't know. If there's demand, let me know and I'll consider it. But otherwise, I don't really have anything to add. If you don't know by now, this will farm Nightflower Pollen, which you can trade for relic and melding tickets, which get you endgame decorations and artian weapons. You can also trade them for armor spheres. Next up should be some reinforcement material farming for upgrading the artian weapons, but we'll see how long that takes. I do hope to automate that too with a macro, but again, it's a bit more complicated. Quick addendum cons for you here. Figured I would explain how this works and how to make changes just for anybody who doesn't really know a lot about auto hotkey but can kind of understand the ideas of coding, or you don't really even need to know coding. Anyway, these sleep commands that you'll see, by the way, this is the macro, it's control 1, so that's what you click to activate it. You can change that if you want. This sleep is what you change to sort of modify delays in the code. So for instance, inside this initial setup function, we have this, you know, 105,000 millisecond delay, and if you have a longer loading time to me, you can up this numbers. If you have a faster loading time, you can load them if you like. These send F down, send F up, these pairs are how I send keys. It's the only way I can get it to work for Monster Hunter. So if you need to add an extra down key, for instance, to, well, I'll show you how this works quickly. So we have, where is it? Activate the Monster Hunter Wilds, focus the window. Farm route 3 is just getting the flowers. Initial setup is that stuff that waits for the game to load and that kind of thing. Then rest until the evening, exit the camp. Wait a bit of time until it's like near the end of the day. Fix camp 10, which is the bit of the code that rejuvenates the camp at the pop-up center, and then quit the game, right? So if we go to, for instance, fixing camp 10, then we can see, you're kind of just gonna have to look through this and see exactly what it's doing. But here, these down keys and then the F keys, I can tell you that that's where it's sort of going down to camp 10. And so, for instance, let's say you've unlocked all the camps in the Windswept Plains, which I haven't done. This, you know, 6 down key inputs or whatever, that takes me to camp 10 to fix it, but it might take you to like camp 12 or whatever happens to be in that position. So you might need to copy paste some of these, you know, send down, send down, up. Down capital is the arrow key down. You might need to, you know, copy paste some of these in and change exactly how it works. These force clicks and basically anything with click you'll want to search. And if you have a different monitor here, for instance, we activate, you know, to start the game, we activate Steam and then I click, you know, 550 because that's where it happens to line up for me. If you have a different size monitor or whatever, or your Steam, I don't know if they let you change the panels or the layouts and yours is different and that's not where the start game button is, you'll need to change this. I think that is everything. Addendum Cons needs to go play badminton. He is late. So hopefully this is everything you need. All right, take it easy. Bye-bye.